The counter is set, so let's begin.
Okay, let's share the slides. Can you see the slides?
Yeah. Clear.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, let's start. Let me introduce myself. My name is Aris Kyriakis. I'm the head of AI lab of NCSR Demokritos. And in this slides, I would like to present the Rasolo 360 device. This device is a product of the research of the AI lab. Let me give you, first of all, an idea of the problem that we would like to touch. We'd like to monitor and protect large infrastructures like ports, airports, stadiums, squares, and detect, identify, and localize illicit nuclear material, especially in the form of radiological dispersion devices known as dirty bombs. These are quite dangerous devices that can harm and pollute the place if they are detonated, and the whole area can be polluted for decades. So this can perform a hit in the economy of the country. The device that we have developed is the so-called Rasolo 360 system, which is the source localization radioactive detector without moving parts. The competitive advantage of this device is the relative low cost. That has a 360 inherent field of view. It can detect both and localize both X-ray and neutron sources, and there are no other competitor in Greece. What are in fact our competitors? These are more or less two different types of devices which can localize radioactive sources. The first is the so-called single spectroscopic pulse collimator devices, which have some disadvantages, like the following. These devices are heavy devices due to the lead collimator, and they have a limited field of view, around 60 degrees, and you need to move it around in order to raster scan the whole area. And it only performs detection and localization of X-ray radiation sources. The other one, the Compton or cold aperture cameras, are much more advanced, but they have very high cost. They have also limited field of view, and they are only they can only detect X-ray radiation. No, it's difficult to detect neutron sources. So let me give you a small evolution of the project. The basic idea was in 2022, and in the middle of 2023, we have produced a small scale prototype. We expect to have the full scale prototype by the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. And from now on, the evolution of the product is in three phases. In the phase one, we expect to have a patent, to submit for a patent, to have a TRL-8, TRL-9 device up to 2025, and then to start the production, say, by the end of 2026. What do we need now? We need around 400K, and we're going to spend them in phase one around 50, in phase two around 150. This is very, very crucial because these devices need a lot of some specifications, not only ISO, but also specification about atomic energy commission and so on. And the last phase to be around 20K. So the model is the B2B, and we have to target in the groups that you can see here. A basic, rather conservative plan is to sell around 10 devices the first year, 30, 70, 120, and 170. And the total cost and the production cost is, you can see there. This is our team. Aristos Kyriakis, myself, Konstantinos Karafasoulis, simulation and algorithm development, and Ioannis Kazas, hardware development. Thank you for your attention.
So very interesting, Mr. Kyriakis. Let's check if there are any questions at our chat. I can't see anything. So we will proceed with Mr. Stamatakis. Thank you, Mr. Kyriakis. Thank you.
We have
a question.
A raised hand.
Oh, we have a hand.
Mr. Adoniou, give me a sec. Mr. Adoniou.
Okay.
We can hear you.
Professor, thank you very much for the presentation. Have you considered how big the market is here for the device?
Yes, as you can see here, the market is more or less these groups, but is rather conservative. For example, you can install these devices in buses, in police cars, and so on. If you are able, for example, to install it in a fraction of this car or buses, around 5 to 10%, then the market is huge. Of course, the country needs to have somehow a public security point or attitude while quite advanced. Okay, but this is something that can help a lot to prevent illicit materials, and that is quite destructive.
Would you second last question? Would you consider take this commercially, and if yes, what would be the steps to do so?
To produce
how would you do it? Yeah. How would you take it commercially? Take it out to the market?
In principle, we are going to use this business-to-business model to approach these target groups and see.
But would you create a company? Would you spin
Yes,
it out of the?
We are able to construct to issue a company, a spin-off company, because we are in the public domain and we have this flexibility.
And who keeps IP rights?
Some of them will be in the research center, and another part will be in ourselves.
Okay, thank you, Professor.
Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Adoniou, for your question. Thank you, Mr. Kyriakis, for the presentation. Let's proceed with Mr. Stamatakis and Cyrus. Mr. Stamatakis, can you hear us?
Yeah, I think you can.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Hello. Now I just got
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Stamatakis.
Just got the permission, so now I can share.
Mr. Kyriakis, if you
Could you please stop sharing, Mr. Kyriakis?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, of course.
So whenever
you
you're
are ready.
Yes. Give me a moment. Okay. Good evening. I will talk about Cyrus. Cyrus, after the name of the hero of Julius Verne, Cyrus Harding, is a spin-off company of the National Center of Scientific Research Democritus, founded by research experts with more than 52 person-years of know-how in the fields of hydrogen technologies. I am Emmanuel Stamatakis. I am among the founder partner of the company, and currently I'm the head of partnerships and industrialization. Our mission is to create the future of hydrogen compressors for transport applications by engaging with stakeholders to establish a network for hydrogen refueling stations. We have founded back in 2019 in Athens, a spin-off company of Democritus, as I said. Currently, we have 8 employees, and we have managed to raise so far 1.25 million euros in private and public investments. The problem that we are trying to solve with our system is based on safe and cost-efficient compression technology. Since there is a limitation of the current hydrogen compression technologies due to the fact that they are very expensive and inefficient, they have high energy and electrical inputs, they have very high operational and medicinal costs, and they produce a lot of noise. The innovation that we offer with our system is based on unique metal hydride materials that are able to compress hydrogen gas at very high pressures. We have created a simple design. New materials offer definite advantages in terms of operations and cost effectiveness. We use just water as the heat transfer medium within the range of 15 to 85 degrees of Celsius by eliminating the need of high energy input. And the heat can be generated through conventional solar collectors or industrial waste heats. And that's why we have very reduced operational and medicinal costs. The unique advantages can be summarized of the technology can be summarized as follows. We have no noise levels at all, and thus we provide the ability to install hydrogen refueling stations in residential areas. As I said, very low operational and medicinal costs due to the low-grade thermal energy that we need. We have very low environmental impact because we use no critical raw materials. And the system is modular with high availability and reliability. The integrated solutions that we offer with our technology is based on autonomous mobile hybrid hydrogen power systems that can be characterized, among others, by the compactness, high power density, reliability, flexibility, mobility, modularity, compatibility with components from other similar systems, resilient in changing conditions, and capable of operating independently of pre-existing external power sources. Thus, it is very suitable for the use by military, for autonomous refueling and power purposes, for example, in remote areas or army bases, etc. The competitors are mainly providers of conventional mechanical compressors, and our technology reduces the maintenance cost of the hydrogen refueling stations by more than 85% and provides cheap hydrogen to the end user. As an example, Cyrus compressors can save in a typical HRS operation more than 185,000 euros per year. The total addressable market for hydrogen refueling stations, which is the key market for our system, is estimated to reach the order of 8 billion euros by 2030. The service addressable market for Europe in the hydrogen refueling sector by the same year is estimated to be around 2.5 billion euros. And we expect to get a share of 10% of that market. So we expect to generate a revenue of around 52 million euros by 2030 by following the business-to-business strategy in order to enter our technology into the market. Currently, we have freedom to operate clearance and European patent already filed. Our 200-bar compression system is fully automated and the digital twin is in place. The system is fully certified with a CE accreditation. We have a NASDAQ registered strategic investor already entered the company. and there is a proof of concept in a real scale environment completed, and this is the global milestone actually, that we managed to open and construct the first thermal compressors in a real hydrogen refueling station here in Athens in Democritus campus. We are looking for two stages of investment. The first part is in the order of 2.5 million euros in order to finalize, optimize, validate, and demonstrate the next generation of compressors that can go to pressures above 400 bar. And the second stage in the order of 12 million euros in order to fully industrialize our process, to construct our production line and to fully enter the market. This is all. Thank you for your attention, and I can answer any questions that you have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stamatakis. As I say, we have a question from Mr. Papageorgiou. So, Mr. Stamatakis, when you expect the patent to be granted, and then which other countries will follow as an IP strategy? Is there an IP strategy?
This is actually the full IP strategy will be finalized in the first part of the investment. So we have included that part in the 2.5 million euros of investment needs. Initially, and after conducting a lot of patent attorneys, over the first couple of years of operation, we followed the trade secret strategy, because there are special materials with a very unique composition, these metal hydrides. So we decided not to, let's say, fully open the composition to the market. But now we have, after the entrance of the strategic investor from NASDAQ, we filed the patent, the European patent. We expect the next couple of months to be at hand. The freedom to operate results by the patent attorney. There was a big office from Germany actually that took over the file.
Okay.
Shows that we have 28 claims of the patent. And I think that there is nothing that shows that we will not get it. So we expect in the next couple of months to have a European patent at hand. Yes.
Okay. As I say, we have Mr. Antonio again, who has a question. Mr. Antonio, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, we can hear you too.
Okay, Mr. Stamatakis, thank you for the presentation. Just wanted to ask, how far have you been with the project? I mean, at what stage are you at right now?
Yes.
Practically to understand.
Practically, yes, of course. I can show you because this I pass it very quickly. Yeah. Okay, you can see that slide. We started back in 2014 with some European projects. So by 2019 we had a prototype of the compressor able to go to at 200 bar, as I said. At 2019 we decided to create this spin-off company. All IP rights have been transferred by Democritus to the company, so all the rights belongs to the company now. Democritus has a share of 5% in the company, but without any IP rights. In last 2 years, we managed to fully certify the compressor at 200 bar, to have it automated, and to install it in a small hydrogen refueling station that we constructed here in Democritus. So it is fully operated, so everybody can come and visit it and see how it works. And now we are in the phase of developing. We have already started, and we have a prototype at 400 bar, but not certified and not automated. We have found the materials that can go actually they can go around 500 bar pressure. and we have also identified materials that can go even above 700 bar. So the plan is from next year, within the next years, to fully certify and automate the 400 bar compressor. And with that compressor, actually, we serve the market of the heavy-duty vehicles because the heavy-duty vehicles needs hydrogen for refueling at the order of 350 bar. So with that milestone, by having a certified product at 400 bar, actually we enter the heavy-duty vehicles market. I hope I answered your question. I don't know if...
Who would be the customer here?
The customer, yes. Okay.
That's the next question that
yes.
You led me to as well, with mentioning the heavy duty
currently,
trucks.
Yeah. Actually, the customers are the constructors of hydrogen refueling stations, because every hydrogen refueling station has needs a hydrogen compressor in order to increase the pressure of hydrogen at the order of the refueling. At this stage, we have some agreements with technology integrators that they have, let's say, put in their portfolio our system. So there are some constructors that when they are asked to develop a new hydrogen refueling station, they offer as a solution our technology for the compression part. But the main customer is the constructors or the operators of the hydrogen refueling station.
Okay, thank you.
So we have one more question as we have to proceed to the next company.
In order to the market that I saw shown, sorry, this one is the figures of that market is based only for hydrogen refueling stations. So this is the customers. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Stamatakis, please answer to one more question as we have to proceed with the next company.
Okay.
Do you know that you can benefit from European funds that may assist you, like EDA funds?
Yes, actually, we have already submitted a proposal to the last Diana Accelerator. And also we have now submitted a proposal to the European Innovation Council, also for the acceleration phase. And in that, actually, we have asked exactly those figures that you see here. It's a blended proposal. We ask for a grant in the order of 2.5 million euros and an equity in the order of 12 million euros, and we expect the results by January 2024.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Stamatakis. All of these that you have presented are very interesting. So now we shall proceed with Mr. Andronakopoulos and Pitrezus with the company. You can stop sharing your screen, Mr. Stamatakis, so Mr. Andronakopoulos could share his.
Hello, everyone. Mr. Stamatakis.
Thank you very much. Mr. Andronakopoulos, you may begin whenever you're ready.
Yes, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
We do.
Okay, good. So today our lives are very much dependent upon satellites and satellite data. The risk of cyber attacks on these critical satellite systems is growing at an alarming rate. In the next 10 years, we will see around 17,000 satellites orbiting Earth and a vast number of companies, startups and universities launching their own satellites and running their operations with no cybersecurity in mind. So the problem is huge and its impact is even bigger. Hello, my name is Konstantinos Andronakopoulos and co-founder and CEO of Pitrezus in Athens. And we're here to help the space industry by building cybersecurity to protect space operations and satellite data for the new space era. So Many of the problems are disruption of critical infrastructure services, communication, navigation, timing, positioning, financial losses, reputational damage, and legal liability due to cyber attacks by advanced actors, nation states, to critical satellite infrastructure. Lack of integrity and accountability among actors between mission operations. Gain access or tampering of sensitive high-value satellite data due to insufficient encryption and lack of cryptography. Finally, we see that the incident ratio has increased approximately 10 times more since the 1970s in the figure on the right-hand side, and we expect to increase even more until 2030 with 17,000 planned satellite launches. So imagine the moment that the European satellite constellation GNSS, providing us with positioning, navigation, and timing signals, would stop working due to a cyber attack. That very moment, all flights and trains would stop and traffic jams will start. It takes about 2 days before financial and power transactions stop completely, and about a week before we experience financial collapse at a national level. Just to give you an idea, a cyber incident on the GPS will have an impact of about $1 billion per day for US only. So our solution is a software and hardware-based integrated into the ground station and the satellite, and it can help secure mission operations and also satellite payloads, such as images and videos. So we propose AstroPledge, an innovative cybersecurity solution that can tackle the many challenges mentioned before, including the unique values of zero trust, decentralization, governance, end-to-end cryptography, and being scalable. The market opportunity is quite big. We envision a sum of $6 billion with a compound growth rate for the industries being way above 16%. So our revenue streams include a SaaS and a license model for securing the mission operations, which is our core solution, and also a SaaS model for the tamper-proof module, which is tamper-proofing the satellite data. We're aiming for early paid pilots and technology co-development with primes and satellite operators and ground segment vendors. For startups and SMEs, we try to participate in consortia and establish strong partnerships to create leads and enter the market. Our direct competitors are operated mostly in US, and they're also working a lot with defense and military contracts. Our main differentiator is that we plan to include hardware on the satellite side, and we can serve satellites already in orbit. So we started on incubation at ESA BIC in 2022, and we have been awarded an ESA subcontract with Planetech already to secure satellite imagery, and a memorandum of collaboration with Open Moon Industries for the lunar economy, and several letters of interest from the industry. Recently, we started our acceleration with the Starburst and Israeli aerospace industries with a goal to run a pilot next year. Actually, IAI also owns a small part of our company. We're about to send funding proposals to ESA and EIC Accelerator this year to be able to continue our development for the next 2 years. So looking at the roadmap, we are planning to have the MVP early next year. We're currently at TRL 5 and already agreed with a private supplier to get a flight heritage and start pre-sales next year. Next, we are planning to start hardware testing and validation for our barebone hardware and qualify our solution and expand to other verticals. Our team has more than 60 years of combined experience in cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and blockchain, which is our main technology stack. Apart from being highly successful as professionals, the co-founder and CTO has successfully helped raise $20 million in the previous venture. So we are initially asking for 350,000 euros to be able to establish an in-house development team, finalize our MVP, and also support marketing and operations. We're also going to need around 800,000 euros for the next 2 years, for which we hope to get covered by the funding proposals we plan to send to ESA and EIC Accelerator. So closing, I would like to say that our solution can be adopted in many other critical infrastructure industries, which is a 145 billion market, for which we're planning to look closer in 2025. And that was it. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Adranakopoulos. It was an amazing presentation.
Thank you.
I can't see any questions, but let me ask you something. What do you see as a principal risk to your business?
Well, yes, we have a SWOT analysis for this. The principal risk of the business can be for technology-wise, first of all, and also it can be the regulatory framework that exists, because right now there does not exist any standard in terms of cyber securing satellites, which also it's a risk. But also we see that there is a lot of we need to raise awareness and educate our clients in terms of cybersecurity, and this is a very greatest risk.
By regulatory risks, do you mean legal risks also?
So imagine that we have a constellation with 3-4 different nation states, and your satellites, one of the satellites fall in Russia, right? So there should be legal and problems there, which probably not explored yet.
Yeah.
So those things we need to find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I see, Mr. Antoniou has something to say. Mr. Antoniou, can you hear us?
Yeah.
We can't hear you yet.
Mr. Adranakopoulos, thank you for the presentation. In the last slide that you showed to us briefly, you mentioned that your technology is applicable to other industries. Can you elaborate a little bit more on this?
Yes, sure. So what we're saying here is that the main platform is a decentralized platform, which is based on a governance model and based on a consensus. So imagine that we have a different, for example, industrial IoT systems. We may have different IoTs wanted consensus between each other, among each other, to get a decision, right? Or we may have aerospace defense, similar situation, or we have oil and gas, or we have different OT technology, which we need to get a consensus about the root of trust, for example, to understand what decisions need to be made afterwards. So in terms of decision making, we can use our platform, decentralized platform, which is redundant. It's available at all times and scalable platform. So you can take decisions between machines, between IoT on edge level.
Would that still be cyber, or that's something different?
So it's about availability, integrity, and confidentiality. This is the CIA principles, what we just said, which is part of the cybersecurity.
Okay. Okay. Have you considered, entering another market which is less regulated in order to be more commercial faster than what you're trying to do with satellites, instead of satellites, basically?
Yes, of course. So maritime, it's one of the also markets, of course, is highly regulated again and highly conservative as well. But it's very much dependent upon satellite data. Drone industry and UAVs is also a market that we are also considering. But since we are planning to design a barebone hardware system to work on the satellite side with very low energy, with very low power, if we manage to succeed on that, I think it would be very easy for us to expand to other verticals. And this is one of the milestones that we have at the moment.
Okay,
hope it makes sense for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Antoniou, for your questions. Mr. Adranakopoulos, for your presentation. If you please, you may stop sharing the screen. Thank you.
Thank you.
We may proceed with Mr. Alexandros Alexopoulos, and RESP-BIT company, Mr. Alexopoulos.
I think he can hear us. Mr. Alexopoulos, can you hear us?
Let's give him
Yes.
a little more time. Oh,
And
there he is.
greetings. I'm Alec. Let me get the screen up. There we go. So I'm Alec from RESP-BIT. We are interested in digital health, medtech, and environmental monitoring. We are developing 3 products actually: AsthmaFit, TB Scan, and IdeaMap. And today I'll be presenting IdeaMap. So IdeaMap is intelligent drones for environmental monitoring of air pollution. This is actually a joint project right now between RESP-BIT and Geosense, who is a drone application specialist. And this is under the Metastars Euro Cluster project, which has provided a small fund to do this project. And what IdeaMap is basically a combination of a modified drone with a modified device, which is in fact is a wearable device we have for air quality monitoring for asthma patients. We combine the 2 devices, we integrate them, and with this we monitor and disperse the entity in air. So over a surface, the drone moves, stops at specific positions, measures the concentration. This has been done, of course, before. It is a sniffer function, and you measure in that way a 4D representation of what is dispersed. So a vector for position and concentration. Our little innovation here, but important innovation, is that at each point where the drone measures concentration, it also measures wind velocity vector. So we get a flux from this, and in fact, a 7D representation. So this is not just a fancy extra data thing. It actually has a huge value because we can determine from the fluxes flow path, hotspots, sources, and accumulation. So the technology is exactly that: mapping concentration and the wind velocity vector. Also software that determines from this data surface fluxes and also accumulation within an enclosed surface. So with this, we can rapidly determine transfer across an observation surface, accumulation within a closed surface, source detection by backtracking fluxes, and hotspot identifications. I will be submitting a patent for this. The market area for drone is already large. It's at 10 billion. And it's expected to go 4 times, to increase 4 times in 10 years. So it's a very healthy market, let's say. The team for RESP-BIT is myself and Christodolos. We're the 2 co-founders. We're both engineers with about 50 years research experience between the 2 of us. We also have 2 advisors who happen to be pulmonary doctors because the other 2 products are in respiratory health. The IdeaMap project, we are working with Geosense for this. With the other 2 projects, we're working with research and academic institutes in Greece. So in the Metastars project, we are in the beginning, and we will have 8 months from now a integrated system and demonstrated in the field. So we will be at TRL 6. And the business model we have in mind is a B2B model, where we will sell this system to stakeholders who will be interested in their carbon footprint or other people's carbon footprint, environmental pollutants, specific chemicals in industry, also defense applications. The price point is a little bit above 10,000. It really depends on the type of sensors that we wish to include. And we estimate that from such B2B contracts over 5 years, we can reach 40 million revenue. The competition, of course, there are many similar products that measure this 4D representation of a dispersed entity. So the unique advantage that we have, the unique selling point, is that we provide a 7D mapping, which has significant higher value proposition than just the 4D solution. Our vision is to bring this to market. This will be I think a game changer in this type of activity, and also to apply this to defense applications, not just for chemical entities, but even biological entities, because our other company, TB-Scan, we're already looking at real-time detection of bacteria, tuberculosis in this case, in air. So we'd like to incorporate a miniaturized version of this in the future. And the ask right now is 100,000 to reach TRL, to go one step further after the end of the Metastars project, so another 6 months, in addition to the Metastars project, during which we'll develop a more advanced prototype, higher level of integration with the drone, and to test and validate an operational environment. So that concludes my presentation. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alexopoulos. So let me ask you something. What is the background of the RESPB team?
The background is, yes, the background is I'm a chemical engineer, trained in Greece and the US. Christodoulos is an electrical engineer who's worked in industry and is now collaborating with the university. So we have an overlapping background, which so Christodoulos is mostly with the hardware and the electronics, I'm mostly with the software and first principles development. And of course, we have collaborations with the University of Ioannina, the University of Thessaloniki, CERT here in Thessaloniki, and the University at Kozani.
Okay. And could you please tell us, what is the management experience of the RESPB team?
Well, the management experience
it's a question from the chat.
Yes, from the project side, from CERT, we both have previous startups, first of all, Christodoulos and myself. So we met in 2016 with our previous startup, and we founded this company in 2018. So we have experience in the startup area, and then in terms of managing projects, there's experience from my side in the research through European Horizon projects and also contracts with industry, and Christodoulos working with a large electronics company. He was responsible for certain projects. So that's our management experience.
Super. So we also have a question from our chat. And it's, so how can your solution be implemented in a swarm setup?
Yes, it depends on the application, of course. If you're interested in rapidly, if it is critical to rapidly determine the source of a dispersed entity in air, for example, in defense applications, a chemical entity, then in order to then it's beneficial to have a swarm of drones, so you can do the mapping much faster and proceed basically backstream to identify where the flux of materials originates.
Okay, super. Thank you, Mr. Alexopoulos, for your presentation and your answers.
Okay, so I stop sharing. How do I?
Yeah. If you please stop sharing, and we may proceed with our next company, which is Soteria, and the presenter is Mr. Tsereklas, Mr. Angelos Tsereklas. Can you hear us, Mr. Tsereklas?
Oh, hear you.
I can hear you. Can you hear me as well?
Yeah, of course.
We can hear you and we can see you.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity to present today. My name is Angelos Tsereklas and I'm the Managing Director of Soteria Technology. Soteria Technology is a Greece-based technology startup with the aspiration to lead at the European and global level in what we call artificial intelligence sensing technology, utilizing two main blocks. The one has to do with advanced materials and material science for the creation of hypersensitive sensors, and the other has to do with AI as a means to augment the capabilities of such sensors. We have started in the area of underwater intelligence and security, and we are members of Democritus Technology Park, and we have a founding investor partner called Moro Global. At this point today, I'm very happy that I can share. The way I can share it is the following: that we strongly believe that we will be one of the 30 companies globally that will be selected by NATO Diana. This will be the results will be announced by the end of the month, and we believe that we are the only Greek entity to be selected as part of this, let's say, flagship initiative by NATO. I'm sure you all have seen this picture. This happened last September in 22. This is in the Nord Stream. Since then, another 2 similar incidents happened in Europe only. This highlighted and further intensified what we call that national security in the underwater domain is and remains under constant threat. In specific reports by the Alliance and the NATO Alliance and by member states let's say the verdict is that detection ranges of traditional acoustic technologies have fallen significantly over the last decades. The detection that was happening in several hundreds of miles, let's say from the east coast of US till Iceland, now has fallen into a few hundred yards. And we believe, and the reports believe, that this means that acoustic means are not anymore enough to do the underwater detection and classification at a high level. At Soteria, we are developing NERIT. NERIT is a scalable AI-powered intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance system. It is composed out of 3 components. The first is the Type S, a flagship magnetic sensor that we develop and design ourselves, which brings the magnetic technology to support and to augment the capabilities of acoustics. We develop and design and develop Type A, which is a passive hydrophone. And the third subcomponent is the Opter, which is a software platform which ingests multi-sensing data, analyzes them, and results in tactical insights that can be used both by civil companies, for example, for the protection of critical underwater infrastructure or surface infrastructure like wind parks, but also in purely defense applications such as maritime borders control or control or surveillance of critical narrow straits. Here is an overview of NERIT. It's a fixed system which is composed of magnetic sensor, acoustic sensor, cabling or optic fiber, and the surface edge node which runs the Opter. And it works on the key feature you see. So it's a passive system and scalable, interoperable with existing or future protocols that the NATO and other countries are developing, and are deployable in a sense that it can be installed and uninstalled in less than 12 man-hours. Here is an overview of the competitive landscape. The key novelty is that we are talking about a beyond acoustics passive surveillance system. We have already managed to have a very low underwater to shore data rate transmission and very low latency due to the embedded electronics on board our sensors inside the water. And we have managed to design a miniaturized version of our sensor at already benchmark the state-of-the-art sensitivity in the market, both on the magnetic and the acoustic part. The market we see in 2 segments. The one is purely defense, allied navies and tier 1 suppliers of these navies. And the second is the civil infrastructure, namely oil and gas and underwater communication companies or end users. We are a team of 6 people combining academia, technology, and industry expertise. And we are collaborating with one of the handful of labs in Europe and globally that has expertise in specifically magnetic anomaly detection. Last slide. We have already showcased our technology in 2 consecutive REPMUS NATO exercises invited and sponsored by the Portuguese Navy. We are already engaging with 3 allied navies and 1 major R&D department from one of them. We are already partnering and starting with 2 EDF European Defence Fund projects with an attached funding of 2.6 million euros. And on the industry-wise, we are starting hopefully in 2024 a proof of concept with an industrial company. We are one of the, I think, the first European DevTech startups to be selected by MIT Technology Review as innovators under 35. Today we have raised 0.8 million euros, and on a revenue projection of 4 million euros in the next 4 years, we have an open round of doubling down on another 4 million euros in order to accelerate our growth and reach our 2028 plans. Thank you very much. I'm open for any questions.
Excellent presentation, Mr. Tsereklas. Thank you very much. Is there any question from our audience? I see Mr. Antoniou.
The product is live, basically, correct? I mean, it's commercial to a certain degree. Obviously, you need to make some adjustments and further development, correct?
Correct. In the follow-up slides, I wanted to show you how it looks. So basically, this is a deployment we did in Portugal, 2 cables connecting to a SOAR processing node, remote acoustic and magnetic data processing and detection incident generation, and live and remote, let's say, transfer through existing protocols to what, let's say, a commander or an end user by a port, etc., sees on his or her screen.
Okay, and you've been paid by the Portuguese for that? I mean, that was a paid pilot, or
there were several expenses covered, indeed, but it's an ongoing collaboration we are building with the Portuguese Navy, which is not only about the first, let's say, 2 exhibits, but we plan to have a longer-term collaboration, which of course includes, hopefully by the end, the selling of our system.
Okay. And what do you plan to do with the 4 mil that you're raising right now?
Yes, there are 3 components that we want to invest in order to accelerate our growth. The first has to do, of course, with the team. We need to build and further, let's say, bring top talents European-wise in the area of data engineering and acoustics, I would say, acoustics and magnetics. So the first bucket is the team. The second bucket is infrastructure in terms that will enable us to create new products and to accelerate the features development of our current products. And by next products, I mean the moving to autonomous and movable solutions, not only fixed solutions. And the third has to do with sales. So how we can, the current pipeline and the future that comes can be accelerating. And we know it's a very tough and big sales cycling market. And we need such investment to be able to first afford, but also opening new sales streams outside of defense as well.
Okay, and so far you've raised what, 800K you mentioned. Is that correct? From a VC or from, is it grants? What is it?
This is mainly coming from the founding investor I mentioned in the beginning and grants that are coming to the company.
Just a piece of advice. I mean, I'm keep asking questions about how much money you're raising because, you know, maybe would you be able to leave off with a smaller amount instead of 4 mil because it looks a little bit big amount for the stage you are right now, especially when it comes to VCs. Mm-hmm. I like your project. I mean, I gotta say that. Okay, I like what you're doing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Antoniou, and we'll be happy to discuss also in more detail about the amount and why the amount is this much.
Okay, thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Antoniou, once again. Thank you, Mr. Tsereklas, for your presentation. Let's move on to the next company, which is Gerardo and Mrs. Marianthi Pragopoulou. Ms. Fragopoulou.
Good evening also from me.
Hello.
Just
Good
Hello.
evening.
Just a minute to share my screen.
Yeah, of
Yes,
course.
yes, we are ready.
It is okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity to present our company Gerado. My name is Marianthi Fragopoulou. I'm nuclear physicist and CEO of Gerado. Gerado is a primary in radiation protection dosimetry. We are developing a complete solution in radiation protection, and we are the only company globally that will develop a complete solution for radiation protection. Our history starting from space, and this is the reason that we develop a technology of future today, because usually the innovation started either from space or from this defense sector. We have collaboration with all the space agency, but especially with NASA. Our dosimeter has fly on Artemis 1 mission to the moon, historical mission to the moon with Orion NASA vehicle. What is our mission? Our mission is to protect the people that work in a radiation environment for the potential to have health problem or the potential to develop cancer in the long term. From the other hand, to protect their organization, because it's their responsibility to protect the employees. We are dedicated also to the research that dedicate or special detectors in case for defense or space sector, especially for radiological risks. Why to invest in Gerado? Because we are technological global leaders in radiation protection dosimetry in a large, attractive and diverse TAM of 55 billion, all in the medical sector. We have, as I said in the beginning, our history started from space, but we managed to transfer the space know-how to Earth applications, wherever the radiation is visible. And in Earth applications, we have many fields like healthcare, defense, aviation, oil, gas, nuclear plants, wherever is the radiation, security issues. So we are attractive, a large, diverse TAM. We have a realistic business plan, an attractive business plan, an asset-light business model. We have already distributors in 16 countries, experts in the field, that they have the majority of the market in their country. There is no technology risk because our technology has already been validated by our distributors and, of course, by our clients. And the most important is that the perfect timing for us, because right now there is a new legislation, a European legislation that recommends all governments, organizations, hospitals, and companies to invest in active dosimeters with unique characteristics that at this moment only our dosimeter has. And another very important issue for the timing is that right now, due to the war in Ukraine and war in Israel, there is a big awareness about radiation and a big concern, and all the countries, they redesign their risk about radiation. What is the problem about radiation? The problem is that the people that are exposed to radiation may have health problems, and there are many people that they have health problems, and it's very important is not just to be informed after the exposure, so the harm has been done. The most important is to be informed before the exposure, and that's exactly what Gerado does. What is the situation right now? The situation right now is that in the environment that there is radiation, the workers are obliged to wear dosimeters, but they wear passive dosimeter. This means that they have to wear it and then to send it somewhere in a laboratory to measure it and take it back and to be just informed about the radiation that already has exposed. We propose a totally new approach. We propose an active dosimeter, this one, with unique characteristics, the only dosimeter that can measure globally the different type of radiation and separate. We're speaking about a patent system. with characteristics that there is no other dosimeter in the market right now, an IoT clever device that automatically can send the data to our platform, so the organization instantly can have all the information about the radiation that their personnel has exposed, with statistics, reports, and AI cloud technology that can give a complete and instantly overview about all the personnel, about the radiation that they have exposed. Especially for the space sector and the defense sector, we can provide for security reason a program for a desktop program in order to have the organization instantly all the information, but in high security. Cerrado is a company that grows very fast. We are already a profitable company, and the revenue that we have up to now, it's a strong indication about the high growth potential of our company. We have already investors that are trust Cerrado, and they invest, the founders and the investors from Switzerland, in total, we invest more than 2.8 million up to now. We are fully certified and accredited. We have collaboration with key players globally, and we have a very realistic business plan. Our distributors are the main players in the market in their country. Usually we're the distributor of our competitors, but they choose our solution because it's the best solution in the market right now. So our distributors have a pool of hospitals, a pool of clients, that because they're already clients of our distributors, more than 23 group of hospitals. And we are targeted in the next 3 years from this pool of hospitals to have about 1,000 group of hospitals the next 3 years. And with this target, which is very realistic, we will have more than 200 million in the next 3 years. We have collaboration with key players, as I said before, and especially with the European Defence Fund. We have already a strong and close collaboration with the European Defence Fund in CBRN project. And it's a long-lasting relationship. We are the only company in Europe right now responsible for the radiation protection for Europe, in close collaboration with the European Defence Fund. We have collaboration, as I said in the beginning, with NASA, with Blue Origin, DLR, SpaceX, and many hospitals in 16 countries. Here is some of the characteristics that our dosimeter has in comparison with the main players in the field. We are far away from our competitors. We are targeting a huge market of 55 billion only in the medical sector. We are a complementary team of people having strong academic and scientific background, but also have very big experience in the field of market penetration. And the most important is our team has shared the same vision, and we want to go Cerrado even higher. And we are looking for 5 million to go more aggressive in the market, because we have the best technology right now globally in the huge market and the perfect timing, and we know how to do it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Fragopoulou. We have a question from our chat. So, what would be your priority, defense or commercial? And by when you think you do the split, if you plan to do it?
Yes, as I said, we started from space and then from the defense. So we know very well the field, and this is one of our priority. Of course, as I said also to the presentation, we have already presence in 16 countries in the hospital. So this is the main areas, and we have different personnel for each area to be concentrated and to cover these fields. But depends also from the countries, because as I said, we're working with distributor agreements, and in some countries our distributors are also very they know very well also the defense sector, so we are focused on there, or they know even better the healthcare sector. So depends also from the country.
Okay, And we have another question. So what's your range of pre-money valuation for this A round series?
This is a good question. Of course, if you speak with investors, they will do their own due diligence. I can say that we just finished our independent valuation for our company because we have asked for that. And they evaluate our company according to our contract that we have, the market, and the sales that we have up to now. And the valuation was 193 million this moment. I can say for sure that the previous round with the venture capital from Switzerland and angel from Switzerland, the valuation was 40 million.
Okay.
40 million, you mean? 40?
Yes, they were there with 40 million, the venture capital, but the valuation right now from independent evaluator was 193 million.
But
right
how
now.
can you justify with the sales that you have right now a high valuation like this? Because, you know,
I have a detailed business plan about that, and this was not our valuation.
A business plan needs execution, and
Yeah.
so there's a risk on that. Anyhow, I mean, I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue on this, but
this is the reason that
I don't know
said
how many people that hear this in this chat room can support evaluation like this. That's why I'm saying it for practical reasons, okay, not for anything else. One question: when you say that you have collaborations with hotels, I mean with hospitals, what do you mean? You sell to the hospitals?
Yes, we have already revenue 2.3 million this year, 1.1 million last year. Yes, we are selling. Yeah, this is only sales, not grant. This is sales.
Okay, great. Thank you.
This is about the thank you very much. About the valuation, this is the reason that I mentioned that the previous investor 1 year ago, they were under with a valuation 40 million. This was according to their due diligence.
Okay, so Ms.
And
Fragopoulou.
who was the investor? I'm sorry for jumping in.
There were
that's fine.
investors from Switzerland, venture capital from Switzerland, and 2 business angels from Switzerland also.
And how much they invest in the company?
About both in total, all the investment up to now, according also to the investment that we put as a founder, is 2.8 million.
No, the investors, how much they put?
The investor about 700,000.
700,000 euros.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Antonio, are you done?
I am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, Ms. Fragopoulou, do you have a term sheet and the lead investor for this round?
A term sheet, yes. A lead investor. We are in discussion with investors, but it's an open round.
Okay. It was a question from our chat.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Ms.
I'm happy
Fragopoulou.
to share more information about, the detailed business plan, of course.
Of course. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
You may stop your sharing. It was an amazing presentation also. And last but not least, Mr. Drigogias from Logsdale Company.
Hello, Mr. Drigogias.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Good afternoon. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can see you. We can see your presentation.
Thank you. Good afternoon from my side as well. I hope that the last one will not be the least one, as you mentioned before. Yeah. My name is Christos Drigogias. I've spent my whole career working for the cyber defense, serving the Hellenic Armed Forces and working for the European Armed Forces as well, with active defenses, almost a member of every cyber defense working group so far. So the experience is really high. A little bit about Logsdale. Logsdale was, we started in 2019, commercialized the product
a bit about 1.5 years ago. We have a big community of users because we offer a community plan. We also have quite some paid customers for the time being. Alongside with the sales, we participate in almost every call for European Defence Fund, focusing mostly on AI and cybersecurity for the defense. And you can see on the right part which is the portfolio that we are offering now. What we do, serving so many years the cyber defense domain, and we identified that this is too much critical because we are speaking now about the 5th domain. We have initially the cyber, the air, the land, the navy. Then we enter the cyber, and now we have also to seriously consider from cybersecurity the space one. And instead of building businesses or building solutions tailored to each one of them, we came with an idea, and which is proved to be true, that we need to build and think higher than that. So we collect data from every potential source of data, like we collect data from military components, we collect data from air traffic control systems. We are entering the space assets, and we are at the same time commercialized because we serve quite some customers from the private sector. The solution is simple. As I explained it before, it collects every single type of data. We don't rely on hardwares. We don't bind ourselves into local markets because selling hardware, meaning that you need to go on site to install or whatever solution. So we are really scalable on that. And using the platform, it was proven so far to be really valuable for the organization that we deployed it. Like you see the metrics on the right side, and you see how a commercialized product can be immediately applied in monitoring actually interconnecting military systems, even on board cyberspace assets and things like that. So considering, for example, a very quick reference use case, we deploy the platform. It's on the B2B side in a wholesale trade organization in Europe, about 150 million per year. The challenge was really obvious. 200 and more IT OT assets, 40 plus different technologies, air-gapped environment, very similar to the military one. And the results was really impressive. We managed, because the customer was not using any product like ours in the past. So we moved from 1 month detection time to really low, 30 minutes. And the response was also impressive. From 2 hours minimum, we moved down to 15 minutes. Local-based competition. The competition is from the traditional competitors like Splunk that are operating in the same market, collecting any different type of data, like metrics, like logs, infrastructures, security metrics, and combine everything into one platform. But they are not that scalable because they started from the private sector while we were born in the defense, participating in owning the pain points from the inside, and also the speed and type of customization due to our pivoting ability is really good. The market is huge, already the market, I assume. The target market and the sum market for our side is actually, we target 1 billion in 5 years from now. And in order to achieve that, we need a 20% growth month over month. The growth, it's a profitable company, already 100% bootstrapped. Today, this year, we reached about 500,000 in revenue, which means to a 200% growth year over year. Use of funds, we distribute here the plan that we plan to use actually the funds. Initial investment 15 million, starting from 1 or 2 millions, and then the plan is ending up with 2026. Thank you for my presentation, for your attendance. I'm open for questions. Thank you.
Mr. Trigorias, we thank you. It was an amazing presentation. Very interesting also. So we have some questions. I do have one question, and we have a question from the chat. So how is Logstail placed against the competition?
So as I explained before, Logstail operates within the cyber defense domain, which enable us to develop dual use. There is no acceptance anymore, and we know it from the inside. Nobody will invest in technologies that are built tailored for the defense because they haven't proved their business-to-business commercialized value. And this is where we focus. So we build a dual-use product. We can prove the experience and the value because we have feedback from our customers, and we moving really fast into the defense so that we bring we combine the two experiences, bringing from the private sector and combining it with the military sector. And do not forget that we Logsdale, compared to the competitors, possesses a high flexibility to pivot. So we can really fast apply a really fast pivoting plan once we define that there is a tailoring need to serve the defense and space markets.
Okay, perfect. So you have answered my question as well from what you just said. So we have a question from our chat. So what's your EBITDA from 2022 to 23?
Let me also share. So here is the expected.
And also, how many pilot projects are you running again in?
Okay, so the company is profitable from the very beginning. We expected, this is not completely accurate, but the profits will get almost close to the numbers that we see here. Of course, that it doesn't mean that a bootstrap company will not reinvest the profit. So it is number, but we reinvest most of this profit back to the operations and scaling up the product. And also, what was the second part? Because I missed it.
The second part was how many pilot projects are you running again?
We have been running. We have a few thousands of community users, meaning that we have been delivering quite a few POCs already. In terms of POC, we have a number of POCs, but as we offer this model, a lot of people can really start using the community plan, and then they are shifting to more commercial features. So it's not a question of how many pilots we run, but mostly a question of how many users have we served with high quality feedback.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Trigogias.
Thank you.
And I think that was it for today's event. I hope you found it as interesting as we found it as a team. Looking forward to the next pitching session, which will take place in December. So thank you very much for your attendance, and see you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.